All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to talk about this Tesla manipulating inventory counts on websites. Seems like I found a couple of tweets on this. It's just kind of interesting because if you've been following the channel and watching the videos, we've been noticing this same trend. Every single day, inventory gets replenished and it stays capped at a certain level, especially for 3 of the Tesla vehicles. But now there's some, I guess, data or someone kind of dived into it and investigated a little bit on it. And some of you have been reporting to me as well that when you go into a Tesla store, you actually get a different experience. So we'll talk about that. Before we get into it, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, selling your Tesla at a good price, or just getting really good financing rates. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Calendly link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this. I mean, we talked about it, how if you've been following the channel, every day we pull up, or at least every day for the past few months, we've been pulling up to waitingfortesla.com. It's a third-party aggregator site that tracks all the inventory out there on the news side for tesla.com. And every day there's, you can see it from December 1st, there's just been crazy inventory drops every single day, at least relatively crazy to what it was in the past, because for a while and during 2021, 2022, there was no Teslas available that you could buy. It was just this waiting game, 6-month, 12-month waiting for an order, and you couldn't buy a Tesla immediately. But every day since December 1st, there's been Model 3, Model Y, and Model X's that have been coming available on the site. So you can see the different graph lines for the different models. And if we pop it open, 400 Model Ys available for sale, 400 Model 3s available for sale, 400 Model S's available for sale. And it's kind of interesting, right? 400, 400, and 400. I guess that's like Tesla's like lucky number or something. But vehicles do sell every single day, and they do get replenished onto the website every single day, but it's 400, 400, 400, except for the Model X, of course. The Model X, for some reason, still has not for some reason, but still has a little bit of a waiting list. You can get a Model X long range if you really want to, but it's not 400 Model X available for sale yet. And there might be, because, we'll talk about Model X in a different video, and some of you have been commenting and getting back to me that if when you go to a Tesla dealer, there is a different database and access that the advisors in the store can see and see all these other vehicles. And I knew this because I actually have a Tesla advisor that I go to a lot and I send emails to. She's actually pretty good, but she's kind of been ignoring me for a little bit because I got banned from buying a Tesla, but I still give her out to some of you when you schedule a call with me because she can still find deals out there for you guys, but she just won't talk to me. But I always knew she had a different access to a different level of inventory that has better discounts, and so I knew sales advisors at the store could get a different viewpoint. But Troy Teslike, the guy that we always go to his tweets. Looks like he came out and said a statement. You get some investigative searching on the website. And basically, it looks like Tesla's inventory page lists only one instance of an identical car in the same location. I'm trying to understand the actual inventory. If you visited a Tesla location recently, can you compare the number of cars to search results in the same location? So now I'm kind of interested because now I want to go to buy a local Tesla store and see what's actually out there. How many vehicles are actually on the lot? Because someone commented, and I put my comment here on one of my videos, that they drove by the Rancho Cucamonga store, which is, really east in California. Well, not really, it's like an hour away from Los Angeles. And they said that there's hundreds of Model Ys available and ready to be sold and parked. So I want to drop by one. If there's another store that's a little bit closer, I don't want to go an hour away, but I want to see, is there actually a ton of vehicles like in inventory? Because Tesla's not showing it on the website. So technically, are they manipulating inventory? I mean, they can choose whatever they want to show on their website, right? But it's really financial statements. They would have to show how many cars are actually sitting on their lots, collecting dust. Or is there a strategy here where they're waiting till January 1st to open the floodgates on the new pricing and sell all the cars that they knew tax credit. I mean, we don't know. I'm just speculating like, crazy right here. But one thing is for sure, Tesla has been editing their inventory counts on the websites and only showing, one model. And that makes sense because they don't want the illusion that there's tons of cars available for whatever reason, maybe for the stock price reason. But if you are a buyer and if you have an order, then they will work with you to try and get you into a vehicle 100% today. But I mean, we've kind of been speculating something was going on because it's always the same 400, 400, 400, which is not normal, when probably in reality, if they're trying to hit, big numbers for the US market, like 90,000, 100,000, whatever vehicles for the end of the quarter, whatever the number is, then they have to have more vehicles because it's a turn basis, right? You have to have the inventory sitting on the lot to sell those big numbers. But it's weird that they would do this. Maybe they're trying to do it for a website experience. They don't want to show all the same vehicles when they don't need to. They can just show one. So it could be like a strategy where it's just like a better, cleaner way to play with the website. But it's definitely interesting because if there's available inventory out there at the same time, why not show it wherever it is? But I can see both arguments to it. Maybe they're just going with like customer experience. We don't want too many of the same vehicles because then the users have to scroll through all the white ones to see the same thing. But at the same time, customers could just order it and then, let the system algorithm and everything decide for you. But I can see a bunch of you in the comments. So let's definitely take it a look. Patrick Phillips, is it me or is CPO inventory stalling out? So yeah, Tesla actually goes in waves with this. They'll basically dump a bunch all at the same time, basically fire sale at like a low price, wait to see how it does, and then if they start selling, and then they might dump them some more. So it kind of is, unless you're talking about other sites than Tesla, but I'm assuming you're talking about Tesla.com used. Happy Hippo, was it like this last year in December with inventory? No, it wasn't. Actually, we can take a look. We did have vehicles start to pop up, but if I remember correctly, it was pretty much, what was I doing last December? Was I trying to buy another car? I'm trying to think now. Maybe I sold I don't even remember. But let's take a look at the data. This is why we have the history charts, right? Because we can actually go back and see what happened last year. And I don't think there was this many vehicles popping out because, we were at a different time, and there definitely was not any discounts last year. That's for sure. No like incentive at all. So let's see if there's any vehicles that popped up. So a lot lower, but still like here and there for the Model 3 and the Model S. But I would imagine like if I remember correctly, every day these vehicles just disappeared and were sold right off the website because it was just a hot time back then. Let's see, Patrick's dropping, new ones probably. I don't think so. Not with the shortages. They're finally catching on production. Yeah, Patrick Phillips. I let a 2021 red slip through my fingers and been kicking myself ever since. Yeah, it's a pretty good price, especially because the red is a higher price point. But you'll find one. Just everybody take my strategy. Find the vehicle you like. Search for the vehicle you want. Go on Cars.com, Car Gurus, Auto Traders, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. That's basically everywhere I go if I'm, Car Gurus, and filter down to private party and just lowball, figure out your price, figure out the range, and just start sending messages like crazy, and make sure it's higher than wholesale price, higher than what that person would get in CarMax, and just go at it, and you'll get biters back and forth. Of course, some people will be like, heck no, like you're crazy. Some people will be like, okay, well, this is my lowest price. But if you get pushback, just ask them, what is your lowest price then? And then figure out back and forth and just follow up with them, because these vehicles still might be sitting for them, and then they might start to get, you'll start to weed out the more motivated, not desperate, motivated, we'll use a good word, motivated sellers at the end of the day. Flight Bud Games, how will you buy another Tesla if you are banned? Yes, I mean, if there's a will, there's a way. I'll just put it at that. There's ways. Alexis, a lot of leases coming up back and people are trading for newer models. Yeah, 100%. I think that's why we're seeing a lot of 2019 Model 3s, because in 2018, 2019, that was like a leased car. And so now they're starting to come back up from a 3-year lease. Daniel, yeah, they're definitely manipulating inventory. Happy people, do you think they would increase pricing or decrease? So I think if we were to go through Model S and Model X, I think they're going to decrease. Those are too expensive at this point, and they're depreciating like crazy. That's kind of my conspiracy hat theory. Model Y, they're going to come out with the Model Y standard range, keep everything else the same. They're probably $59,900 for the Model Y standard range, if not a little lower, but then tax credit comes into play. Model 3 long range, they're going to reduce it $3,000, and Model 3 standard range, they'll probably maybe reduce it well, they'll probably just have the tax credit, maybe reduce it like $1,000 to $2,000 if they feel like you need to. That's kind of like my broad, I should write it down, my speculation, and see if it actually comes through, but we'll see. But thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like video, enjoy it. Check out my calendar link down below in the description if you want to schedule a one-on-one call with me to ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, refinancing a Tesla, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.